They whisper lies into your ears from the day you are born. They tell you love is selflessness, that virtue is sacrifice, that real strength is found in giving yourself away. But these words are not virtues. They are chains meticulously designed to keep you docile, predictable, and easy to control. This is the grand deception you have been fed your entire life, and it is time to shatter it. The path to true, unshakable power does not begin with the mastery of others. It begins with the absolute, cold, and disciplined mastery of the one person you have been taught to neglect, yourself. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who dare to awaken, to see the world not as they were told it should be, but as it truly is, a brutal arena where perception reigns, betrayal is inevitable. And the only loyalty that never falters is the one you owe to your own empire within. Power begins in silence, in the cold recognition that no one is coming to save you. Most people drown in illusions, clinging to the comfort of approval, begging to be accepted, and terrified of being alone. But you're here because you feel the pull of something greater. You know that weakness is a disease and dependency is its poison. The world does not reward kindness without leverage. It does not honor sacrifice without advantage. Loyalty, love, and devotion are currencies that others will spend until you are bankrupt. The moment your value dries up, they will vanish, leaving you with nothing but the ruins of your own misplaced trust. This awakening is the first throne you must conquer, the one inside yourself. To love yourself more than anyone else is not vanity, it is survival. It is the foundation of inner power that ensures when betrayal comes, you will not collapse. When rejection claws at you, it will find no weakness. When the world turns its back, you will rise untouched because your throne cannot be taken. Betrayal is not rare, it is the default. The moment you rise, the masks around you slip. Friends become competitors, lovers become liabilities, and even family can turn predator when advantage is at stake. People betray for profit, for envy, or simply because your strength reminds them of their weakness. Machiavellian wisdom warns that trust is the most dangerous currency. To hand it to someone is to place your fate in hands too weak to carry it. Instead of being shocked by betrayal, expect it. Prepare for it. Accept it as the tax of power. This expectation makes you unbreakable. When the dagger comes, you will not cry, you will smile, for their treachery is proof that you have become a man worth envying, a man worth plotting against. While others whine about disloyalty, you will turn betrayal into fuel, sharpening yourself into a colder, harder, and untouchable force. Silence is where kings are forged. Noise is where slaves are broken. Isolation is not loneliness, it is discipline. It is the fire in which iron becomes steel. In solitude, you strip away illusions and confront the truth of who you are and what you must become. The weak fear this truth and seek endless distraction in the crowd. The strong face it, sharpening themselves into weapons. By withdrawing from the frantic energy of others, you cultivate an aura of mystery and command. You become unavailable and therefore invaluable. Mastering isolation means achieving wholeness within yourself. You no longer depend on the crowd for approval or relationships for validation. You become your own anchor, your own fortress, your own empire. And when people realize you do not need them, they will suddenly and desperately need you. This paradox is the essence of power. The man who fears isolation becomes addicted to company, but the man who embraces it becomes unpredictable, feared, and respected. Indifference is the sharpest armor a man can wear, more powerful than steel, more enduring than stone. It is not apathy, which is weakness, but supreme control, the conscious choice to deny others access to your emotional core. People survive by exploiting emotions, provoking anger, flattering pride, instilling fear, or seducing desire. If you take the bait, you are already theirs. But if you remain indifferent, your face unmoved, your breath steady, your pulse calm, you strip them of their greatest weapon, influence. Indifference terrifies because it reveals something they cannot fathom: total self-command. The manipulator collapses without your reaction. The jealous enemy's insults hang lifeless in the air. Dominance is not about being louder, it is about being unshaken. By mastering indifference, you free yourself from the levers of control. Insults cannot humiliate you, validation cannot manipulate you, and loss cannot break you. You become a fortress no one can invade. Perception is the battlefield most men never see. The world does not move on truth, it moves on what others believe you to be. Your greatest power is not in what you are, but in what others perceive you to be. People are not searching for truth, they are desperate for certainty, for meaning, for a confident figure to follow. By controlling perception, you bend reality itself. This is done through 3 realms: silence, presence, and narrative. Your silence speaks louder than words. It makes others fill the void with their own fears or admiration. Your presence, the steadiness in your posture, the indifference in your eyes, announces dominance before you speak. Your narrative, the story others tell about you, becomes larger than life if you let your actions and aura write it. Weaponizing perception means turning yourself into a symbol, a fortress, a storm, a shadow they cannot touch. Once people believe you are powerful, they will treat you as such, even if that power exists only in their minds. Fear is not weakness, it is a weapon. Before words or laws, fear ruled armies, broke rebellions, and bent wills. People do not respect kindness without force. They do not honor generosity without fearing its loss. Machiavellian logic dictates that it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Love is fragile, but fear is constant. However, fear must be wielded with precision, not cruelty. Too little fear makes you taken for granted. Too much breeds hatred and rebellion. The goal is to cultivate an aura of potential violence. Like a lion, you do not need to roar at every threat, but your presence must inspire respect through the certainty of consequence. Fear, when balanced with respect, creates unshakable loyalty. It ensures that betrayal feels suicidal and that your boundaries become untouchable. This calculated use of fear is what separates rulers from tyrants. It is not about terror, but about disciplined control. Power is literal currency. It flows, is spent, hoarded, and wasted. Most men are bankrupt because they squander their energy. They give respect for free, hand out attention like cheap coins, and waste time on unworthy pursuits. The strong man is a ruthless economist. He guards his time, focus, and presence like gold. He understands that scarcity creates value. Speaking rarely makes his words weighty. Acting decisively makes his actions echo. Giving sparingly makes his gifts unforgettable. This economy demands precision. Every word, emotion, and action must be weighed against return. Does it build your empire or drain it? By investing strategically in those who strengthen you, in actions that multiply your influence, you ensure your power grows. Waste leads to poverty. Economy leads to untouchability. Pain is the universal language of existence: betrayal, rejection, loss. The weak break under it, begging for sympathy until the world discards them. The strong transmute it. Pain is not a curse. It is raw material for greatness. Acceptance is the first step. Stop begging for fairness. Analysis is the second. Every betrayal reveals who not to trust. Every humiliation reveals a weakness to armor. Transmutation is the third. Funnel heartbreak into discipline, betrayal into strategy, loss into hunger. History's legends, Alexander, Caesar, Napoleon, were forged in pain, not comfort. Comfort softens, pain sharpens. By owning your suffering, you command it to serve you. Your scars become armor, and your wounds become fuel. This alchemy makes you immune to collapse. You rise from every setback colder, harder, and more formidable. Untouchability is the destination, not invincibility, but imperviousness to manipulation, betrayal, and emotional warfare. It is the state where you have cut every chain of dependence. You need no one's validation, love, or loyalty to remain standing. This is the culmination of all laws. Self-love as law, betrayal as confirmation, isolation as strength, indifference as armor, perception as weapon, fear as discipline, economy as strategy, and pain as fuel. The untouchable man is feared by enemies, respected by allies, and desired by the crowd, not because he seeks it, but because he commands it without asking. His silence is heavy, his gaze is unsettling, his presence shifts rooms. People cannot explain it, but they feel the weight of someone who cannot be broken. Your final duty is to crown yourself in self-love, cloak yourself in indifference, and arm yourself with pain. Move in silence, project power through perception, and build until nothing shakes you. Forge yourself into a fortress. Become untouchable. In the end, power is not about controlling others, it is about mastering the empire within. The world will hate you for it, but that hatred is your crown. Their resentment is proof you have risen above. Stop chasing love, command respect. Stop drowning in weakness, sharpen strength. Stop begging for mercy, build ruthlessness. The fire that destroys would forges steel. You are no longer a shadow. You are no longer a servant. You are becoming untouchable.